Hey guys, welcome back to another analysis. So I'm going to be looking at an opening that I played as white. Now normally I do not play e4 openings, but I made an exception in this case. So, fun fact, I already did a recording of this and I forgot to hit the record button. So, alright, let's get into it. So, we have the Sicilian defense here, taking the center here. You know the opening very well. I mentioned it several times. I play the closed Sicilian, a slow positional approach, which fits my style. So we're play a couple book moves. Now f4. Normally you do not push the f4 pawn here, but in this case it's generally okay because you have the knight here, and then you can even play queen here for extra defense. So it's generally okay. So yeah, pushing the pawn forward. They can't obviously go here because it's too defended. Because in this case, if they decide to push forward, I can take, they take, and then yeah. Then these two pawns are gone. So if you decide, okay, well I'm going to go here, then we're going to add more attackers. If you take, then I have another pawn to the center. If you decide to go back, then we just develop even further. And black's already suffering. Positionally, it's terrible. I have 4 pieces developed. You have 1. So that's generally why you should not go e5 here. It just invites chaos. So and bad. So he decides to go for the book move. We're still in book move. Very funny that we played book moves because I haven't studied this opening at all. I'm playing blind. Not really blind. The only e4 knowledge I have is just watching masters play. Which masters make chess look absolutely easy. But that's because they're masters. So he decides with an a6 push here. a6 does nothing because it just doubles their pawns. It makes it even more hard. Because now we can't take this pawn. So I'll just take and put my pawn here. And now he has this ugly pawn structure here. It would be good if I had my pawn on d4. So then he can take, and then I take, and then he plays b5. But I do not give him that opportunity, and I play d3 instead. Just defending my pawn structure, so if he takes, I still have my center. I can still castle because the knight's guarding the queens afterwards. We can't take it. Well, he can take it, but it's not going to do anything. He decides with an overextension. I respond with e2 here. Computer actually recommends a4 here, and he said, okay, like, wait a minute, I'm confused. He has a check. This is true. He does. I can just take. He can't take because it's defended by the queen. If he takes with here, actually, I was going to take back with the knight, and then I have this, it's okay, second best move, that's fine. And I'll have this push here, and I can just here, then castles on this side because we're strong on this side, and yeah, so by going there, the knight's not hanging. I am making an accuracy, though. I do not go a4. I decide to go back and add more pressure. So this is one of my many weaknesses. At times when I have an attack going, or when everything's positional, I will play a little bit too defensively. And I'll think that I'm bad in this case, which I'm not. White's completely fine here. Black completely overextended, and they have no pieces developed. All of their pieces are stuck. This doesn't accomplish anything anymore because of this push. I decided to reroute my knight over here and said, you know what? I'm just going to fight back on this side and potentially even castle here. And I made a goof. There. So I do push the pawn, kicking the knight. I add another, I add a centralized knight here, which is very, very deadly because now black has to watch this space in the future. Right now they're fine. Because 2 pieces are guarding it. So if I decide to go here, then he can just take, and I'm losing. So he does push it once. I decide to get my black square bishop out. Just nothing really more to it than that. Just want to develop it early and get some more squares. Get him going. Get him doing something. I was watching e3. Now, his plan was going to be e3. But unlike him, because it's basically, if we flip the board here, it's almost the same thing. He can do that, but not right now. in the future, maybe when you get this bishop off the board. So maybe I'm just playing b6 here, targeting the pawn. But he doesn't. He gets the knight taken. I add defenders. He tries to defend an attack. I castle here. Now, actually, funny enough, I was looking at this through the lead chess review. Lead chess right here. This is my profile if you ever want to challenge me. And it actually did not like this move. It recommended this. Because the point is this. And then you just... And then you take... And then now you're adding a lot of pressure. And you can even go here. But funny to see how the engines disagree with one another on this. You just a5, or yeah, a5. a5 with the idea of going bishop here to pin the pawn and the queen, so then you can get an attack going. With at least doing something. But now he decides to go for a checkmating threat. It's very, very simple. I just push the pawn. Now, these black squares are very weak at the moment, but it's nothing to worry about because this black square bishop can't do anything. If he pushes this pawn, he loses the pawn, and he also loses the queen. So it's nothing to worry about this. This black bishop is doing nothing, so it can't exploit any of these squares. Normally, do not do this. If you have a bishop, place your pawns on the square of the bishop. Fight back on that side. But both his bishops are very weak here. This is why it's +2 for black, because black has the extra pawn, and positionally they're just better. It's the knight pair versus the bishop pair. Knights are better in this position because black's own pawns are getting in the way. And my pawns are getting in his way too. And he has to also defend this. So say this bishop was just gone into oblivion. This guy's gone. I can just play here. Check. He has to go here, and even just play some, play a structural chess. Just go here and then here, and just have knight ideas there. But black's just completely worse here. They have zero space, and they're getting suffocated to death. They say, you know what? I need to open this position up. I'm gonna attack, which I love. I love the idea of attacking here. But a4 is not the way to do it. My idea of going here was just defending this. Again, this is one of my overall weaknesses, is that when I get positional, most of the time I get very cautious and very defensive. So I just start playing defensive moves instead of, being aggressive. I play another bad move. The idea of defending all these squares, which this pawn's fine. There's no threat here. There's absolutely no threat here. I was worried about this, but I didn't realize that I could just go here and defend. And even after he goes here, there's nothing really can do. I can just kick him out. He can't go here because it hangs, so he's gonna lose the pawn. I was actually gonna go here instead of going back all the way back there, but okay. So it doesn't like that move. So what? Takes. Oh, I see. Oh, clever. Very, very clever. But yeah, white would be totally fine here. But I make a very much of a overzealous move, but black wrongfully takes here, and now there's no attack. There's zero attack. This pawn is too protected. He can't go here. He can go here, but it's just going to trade the queens off. It's very funny that black's best move here is to trade the queens off, because now you need to win the endgame. I decided to get myself out of that situation, and I'm going to go here and just apply some amount of pressure so I can go here, maybe pawn, and get an attack going. I make a little bit of an overzealous move because after the trades are done, he actually had this check, and after I defend, he takes. So it was me who blundered there. He did not see it, and he just pushed. I could have gone here, but I decided just to get an attack going. Now he sees the pawn, but it's actually not good anymore. It's not good anymore. I should have gone here. I agree with this. I should have gone there. Because, remember, I'm getting tunnel vision here. In this blitz game, I'm getting very much tunnel vision. I'm saying, okay, there's the king. I need to attack it. Instead of being a little bit more patient. So he takes, which cost him the bishop. It's just poor board awareness here. I mean, this is something that should not happen at this level. He's 1620. No offense to the 1600s out there, but this should not happen at 1600. Just, it really should not happen. Free pawns, I can understand. Losing a pawn every now and then, I can understand, but if you're dropping pieces at 1600, that's just not what you should be doing. It's just really not what you should be doing. I thought the idea was to go here, but I didn't see any threat. Because after 2 rooks for 1, even so, this drops a pawn. I mean, like, this is... I completely ignored this. And, yeah. And, yeah, so he can't take it. And, yeah. So he can't take it. And then now it's going to be... This queen is outnumbered. Queen versus 2 rooks is hard enough, let alone a knight to deal with. So, just... Yeah. Avoid this. You got a little bit tunnel vision, and I think it's because that queen has been on this square for so long that this is how blunders happen. He's like, okay, well, I can go here, and once I go here and I can take the pawn, and if he does anything else, then doesn't defend, I can just take this. Completely forgetting that the queen has been there for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. Has been there for 4 turns. But, yeah. Figured this would be a fun game. It wasn't a particularly strong game. I did punch a little bit above my weight with 1850. Because my normal openings, or normal ratings, are right here. Ignore the Ultra Bullet. I never play Ultra Bullet anymore. And ignore these. These are just fun. But this, the regular chess ratings, is where I typically have good games. So that's my ratings. I did actually play a blunder, which is very interesting. My opponent made no blunders. He made 1 miss. You know, no brilliance, but I actually got 2 grades here. And this was grade number 2. But yeah, very instructive. Just try not to drop pieces. Just look at the board and say, okay, are there any pieces defending that square? Are there any checks? Do I have any captures? What defends what? Like, those type of questions can help your chess play. Although I understand it's blitzed, so it can be a little bit hard to do that. But try to keep in mind, at least. So, that's all, folks. Hope you have a good the rest of your day. And I will see you guys in the next analysis. Goodbye.